What do you got, Charlie?
Okay, gentlemen. So we talked a lot about Hard Knocks and this in the last segment. One of the questions we mentioned upstairs that we didn't really get to is, would you have preferred seeing the Bears in, like, what are you more drawn to as a Bears fan? Would you rather see the offseason stuff and acquiring Caleb Williams, or would you rather see the training camp stuff of getting to know Caleb Williams?
I've already seen this stuff before. I've seen this stuff. The Bears put it out there on their reality show that they do. What is it, 1920 Football Drive?
I think so, yeah.
And, I think Ryan Poles is very open and straightforward with us anyway, that he doesn't hide a lot of stuff. I want to see the way the team is run in football season, or at least here in preseason. I want to see how Matt Eberflus runs it. I want to see the way Caleb Williams is going to interact with his teammates.
Like if you did the offseason stuff, you wouldn't get a ton of rookie coverage. Their two rookies are going to be must-see television in this.
Yes.
So I would much rather them be on the training camp version of Hard Knocks versus the offseason version of Hard Knocks.
For those who have not seen it, there's a lot of good smack talk between the defense, mostly the defense to the offense. I'm sure that's going to be a storyline in Hard Knocks. These guys are going to be mic'd up. It's HBO, so you're going to be able to swear. It's going to be some good stuff that we're going to get on the Bears. I think Danny's also setting something up where we're going to do a Hard Knocks post-game show on our YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe to the Waddle and Silvy YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Waddle and Silvy. But the ESPN Chicago page, go there. That's how you listen live, you watch live. And then I think on the YouTube channel, we're going to be doing a post-game show following the first showing of Hard Knocks every week. So when they show it live the first time.
Good stuff.
So The Athletic did a Bears fan survey. They asked a lot of questions. I'll just focus on some of the bigger ones that jumped out to me. We can kind of go through them one by one. I thought the most interesting one was, did GM Ryan Poles make the right move in trading Justin Fields and drafting Caleb Williams? Yes or no? I mean, we all know where we are on it, but how many people do you think said no? How many holdouts do you think there are?
22%.
35%.
Okay, it's not as bad as you think then, because it is 10%. But the fact that it is, that to me was still high. I can't believe there's still like conversation about this. This is crazy.
No, there are still going to be like 90% in agreement with how many? You said 4,000?
4,024 responses.
I think 90% of 4,000 people agreeing is high for a sports fan base. It's really tough to get 100%, Charlie. And there were a lot of Justin Fields fans. For as many people who stood by him during the season, I'm surprised that it's only 10%.
Yeah.
I was just surprised to see that it reached double digits, I guess. I mean, you're going to have your, a couple hundred fans still, but I don't know, 10% I was a little struck by. One of the other ones, though, was what best describes your feelings about Caleb Williams ahead of his rookie season? Cautiously optimistic, head over heels excited, worried he won't match the hype, and other. What do you think got the most here?
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, this one won by a lot, 65%.
That's where I would be.
Oh, that's no way to live life.
Head over heels, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. That sometimes you find yourself crying in the alleyway afterwards, though, too. I don't think. Wait a second. I think. Listen, especially at the ripe old age of 57, cautiously optimistic is just fine for me.
Yeah, but this is sports. Like, if he fails and you're cautiously optimistic, it's still gonna hurt. So why not go? Why not just say, look, I love the prospect of the quarterback. I love the way they've surrounded him. I'm all in here, and I'm pretty in. I don't know if what was the other one, head over heels?
Yeah.
I don't know if that would describe it either, but I'm
what
way
are my
more
choices again?
Cautiously optimistic, head over heels.
I'm closer to head over heels than cautiously optimistic.
And well, pick one.
I'll go head over heels.
Okay,
then.
There
well,
you
you
go.
just said you barely, like, you have to convince yourself to do it. So it's not like a.
Hey, old man Winter over there, how are you ever going to feel true euphoria if you always keep your guard up?
Right.
Do you believe Caleb Williams is going to be great? From what you've seen, do you believe
I
it?
feel like there is a really good chance that he will be, yes. But I also understand that playing in college versus the NFL is a different animal. So
Thanks.
there are some
Not heard that
things
before.
there are some things that lead me to be more cautious. Why don't you just invest in buying whatever you can for your baseball team on the north side instead of giving me the sad face and saying sell everybody? It's sports.
Well,
Be all in.
I've seen the body of work.
Well,
I
then
just
you
gave
did.
you the
You were-
stat of
you were in
130 and
Italy
130.
when they won 5 out of 7.
The body of work is 130 and 130. That's 260 games of this team.
Hey, it's a new. You know what?
No,
They got
not
a
a
new
new
vibe.
anything.
They got a new vibe.
They don't have a new vibe.
They got a new vibe. Why can't you just be optimistic? Why do you have to be such a cynic?
The trend
It's sports.
The trend of this team has been 8 over 500 to start the year. Big slump.
It's
Get
never,
hot,
it's never
Nickel.
over till it's over.
Thanks, Yogi.
You're welcome. You're welcome for all of this fantastic modern advice for sure.
And device.
And device. I got a device for you. You know what it is? It's just a plastic bag. Put it over your head over there. It just
I didn't know
continues.
which way you were going with your device.
Yeah.
I thought you were thinking a different device.
All right,
and
I'll
I
give
think
you
you
another
were
one of those as
originally.
well, yeah.
I think you were.
Yeah,
Especially when he said plastic and then he said bag. Plastic bag.
that's right.
All right, what's next? I like this.
All right, how confident are you in Matt Eberflus as head coach on a scale from 1 to 5?
fan. Why can't I just put my heart out there?
Because we've seen the body of work. How confident? What are the choices?
Scale of 1 to 5.
How can you be head over heels based on you have no body of work at this level?
We're gonna fight now.
At no body of work
now
on this
you're-
level.
now you're just
not
fighting.
making any sense.
I've seen Eberflus coach for 2 years.
I get it.
I am judging Caleb Williams based on the prospect and the surrounding.
You haven't seen him play in the NFL.
Right. Exactly.
Don't you think it's a little? Don't you think it's a little bit over the top to say I'm head over heels that he's going to beat Joe Montana?
Don't you think your butthole's a little bit shrunk?
Can you say
by
that?
saying,
I don't know. I don't know.
by
I'll
saying,
allow
By
it.
me.
I'll allow it. Continue.
There's a band name with that word in their title.
by
Butthole surfers. Yeah.
by saying that I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously.
I don't think. I don't
I'm
think.
optimistic.
I don't think.
but I'm
Caleb make you
cautious.
tingle with some of his throws, Waddle?
By the way, I think a lot of
Keep your foot on the brake.
presentation is a lot in life to me.
I'm cautious.
So, like, I don't think
I don't
wanna
wanna speak.
I don't think I raised my voice and did this.
I don't want to go too fast here. Who knows? We could get into an accident.
You've seen me drive,
You're swearing.
right? Yeah.
So 1 through 5. What is it again about Eberflus? How was it phrased?
What is your confidence in him?
Do you have any regret? Time out. Do you have
2
any,
or 3? 1.
Do you have any regrets about how you felt about Mr. Buy Me Some Penis and Cracker Jacks visor guy?
Yes, I was all in
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
But again, I think you start by.
Some penis and cracker jack.
And maybe if he wouldn't have had this mistake, he'd still be the coach of the Bears. That put the whammy on him.
I still go back to, do you think that you got a little bit hot
Yes.
about the visor guy?
But I always give guys the benefit of the doubt early, and then I always think you can reel it back in. Reel it back in.
You're the reel it back in guy.
You reel it
No,
back
you're
in.
not. You're the crying on my swing underneath my kid's playground.
Yeah, true.
That's who I am,
But
right?
even if I'm cautiously optimistic, I'm still crying on
you
my
are
swing.
careening from guardrail to guardrail at an age in which you may find yourself. You may need to get. You may need to see somebody to level it all out. I'm just saying.
If you had to guess, if you had to put an over/under when Sylvie's going to be on the swing, a week over/under, what would you put it?
If
at?
I'm on the swing in September, we're screwed.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer.
Like there shouldn't be. Like okay, fine if they lose, but it shouldn't cause me to go on the swing. If the swing of sadness is being utilized in September, we've got a major issue.
You have spent how much time on that swing?
A lot.
Yeah.
14, they lost 14 games in a row.
I think losing to the Titans would be swing worthy.
You'd have been in there every day, Visor Guy, if you had the swing when Visor Guy was doing his stuff.
Well, not the first year. He was 12-4. Mitch had a decent year that year.
And then what happened?
And Cody Park, he got in the way.
I think there was a little more pizzazz with the very hiring of Nagy. Like, I think he got off to a better foot just because his background as an offensive coordinator. I think we all collectively rode that wave very high.
No one expected them to be 12-4 either. And they were scoring points. All right, so I think a 3.
This is good. Do you have any?
I think a 3.
What was the question? I completely.
Confidence level, Matt Eberflus, 1 through 5. I think a 2 or a 3 is led the way. I say a 3 is 50% of the vote.
3 is the most common answer, yeah.
I'll give you a 3.
I go with 2. We're the home of the Matt Eberflus show after every.
Of course we are, yeah.
Bears
Why
game.
can't you just be a little more optimistic and swing for the stars, mister? We've changed this guy. I think the improvement in his appearance and his presentation is directly connected to spending time with us. No?
I don't think so. No.
Do you think, in all seriousness, do you think that the change in look has helped the discourse around Matt Eberflus?
No, I don't think.
I think it's impacted it a little bit.
I think it's the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but I believe it's like the chicken or the egg. I believe the confidence came first, and it has helped him change the look. When he got more confident with himself and his ability and the team, it prompted him to change the look and loosen up.
You know, I think that Koch went through the same thing. Remember when he slicked back the widow's peak?
But he was always cool.
He was, but he changed his he changed his look a couple
That's your
of times.
IQ, buddy.
Didn't he have a perm at one time?
I was going to say, what
Dick
the perm?
perm?
Yes.
Dick
Like
the
that's
perm.
when you are definitely feeling
When you got
you're
the perm.
feeling your oats right there. You sit in the barber's chair and you know what I want to do right now? Perm this thing. Perm it up.
You know you're a tough SOB.
Yes.
When you sat in the barber's
it.
chair in the 80s, even though
Perm
that
it.
was the look, and you said,
Perm it.
give me the perm. Give me the curls. I want the curls.